Welcome to Kung Fu Africa number 2. This is my bonus and final video. Alright, so I'm going to do this because it needs to be done. And I can't refresh. I don't know what the heck's going on here, but okay. Sorry, my niece. Come on, computer. I would tell my niece to take her time because apparently she's 14 years old and have a boyfriend. I don't know how her dad feels about that, but it's not my problem. And also, I'm not fucking babysitting. That being said, let's go on with my story. So, my bonus story, as I told you guys, and I know I told you guys this before, so I'm gonna tell it to you again. And I will try to keep this moderately short to 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, the white mouse will not explode. Boom. So, as I said, I'm part Cherokee Indian, I'm part black, and I'm part white. Now, it was acceptable and it wasn't acceptable at the same time. I had to accept who I am, I had to accept what I am. But I also had to accept the consequences that come with it. All right, so being part Cherokee, um, I was working at Kegler's, man, and this movie came out, and I tell you guys this before. So it's Lou Diamond Phillips. He was just having a hell of a year. He played a Mexican in Young Guns and turned right back around, played a Native American in a couple of movies, and then he played a Native American, possibly a Mexican Native American, in um, Renegades with Kiefer Sutherland. And when this movie came out, I have never ever forgotten Renegades. Thank you, Lou Diamond Phillips, for making my life a living hell. I love you. I loved you in Stargate, um, whatever the heck that last one was. Not the movie, but the TV show with Ming Na, who was an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., who I also have a crush on. Not as big as my crush Zeta Zhang, but anyway. Um, I went to work at like 14 and a half, and I got a real job at 15 working at Little Caesars. And then I got a better job working at Kegler's, the bowling alley. And I can tell you that if I had known what was going to happen after seeing Renegades, I probably wouldn't have got that job. So I'm working. I wash dishes for a living at this point. I'm still in high school, 16 years old. And I don't know what this white fella was going through, but he always played Garth Brooks' I Got Friends in Low Places and the Thunder Rose. And he always played Billy Ray Cyrus's songs. I mean, this dude was going through some painful stuff. But every damn time he seen me, I had a name tag on. He couldn't read it. And it hurt my feelings. It still hurts my feelings thinking about it. But it doesn't hurt my feelings as much as you would think that it hurts my feelings. But it was more like the principle of the thing. This dude went out of his fracking way. Come on, dude. What's wrong with this damn game? This dude went out of his way. And I mean literally. He went out of his way to call me chief for 3 years. 3 years. He called me chief. And I mean every freaking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This dude went full on out of his way. And I mean, he went out of his way to make sure that I knew, that he knew, that I was part Cherokee Indian. And he literally, every Friday when I come to work, would be there. It was like he knew, like off the jump, my schedule of when I would be at work, how long I would be at work, and what time I got off. I don't think this dude went home until I got off from work. But this dude, I mean, he would not call me by my name. He would never call me by my name. And it sucked. I mean, it totally freaking sucked. This dude knew me as Chief. That's it. Not James, not anything else, just Chief. And I mean, I'd come to work Friday. I could be having a bad day at school. This dude didn't give a damn. My name was Chief. No. And I'm a wrestling fan. I remember Chief Wahoo McDaniel. But I wasn't that big of a Chief Wahoo McDaniel fan. However, that doesn't change the fact that I remember Chief Wahoo McDaniel. I was more of a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat fan. But this dude, man, I swear to God, no matter what damn day it was, hey, Chief, how's it going, Chief? What's up, Chief? What are you doing today, Chief? Now, I had a boss, name was Frank Stoner. I don't know if they knew each other personally, but I would constantly ask Frank to ask this dude to please stop calling me Chief. It's like, Frank, I know that if I complain too much about this, I'm probably gonna get fired. And that probably would have been the best thing for me would have been to have gotten fired. But I got sick and tired of this dude calling me Chief. And I mean, it's like he lived to call me Chief. Without question. He honestly, truly, the guy lived to call me Chief. I mean, it's like he had nothing better to do with his day but come to Kegler's and call me Chief. And you really can't do anything when you're a teenager. Not really when it comes to like working and stuff, because you gotta take what you can get 9 times out of 10. And I mean, this dude, I mean, it was getting awful. I got sick and tired of going to work because I had to get harassed by this guy. I don't think he really meant to harass me. But, at that same time, my damn name's not Chief. And I literally asked him every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's like, dude. Because dude was the thing that we all said. Dude, I got a name tag. It says James on it. It doesn't say Chief. It says James. Could you please call me James? All right, Chief. And I was like, oh my God. And I love white people. I really do. Because some of my ancestors are white. Some of my best friends are white. But damn it, this dude would not stop calling me Chief. I mean, under no circumstances under God's green earth would this dude stop calling me Chief. I could beg him to stop, which I often did, and it just fell on deaf ears, man, because I was like, come on, man, my damn name is not Chief. Can you please call me something else? And once he hit me with that, all right, Chief, I knew it was a done deal. I knew there was no way in hell that this was going to ever end good for me. So, I did set a complaint in, and Frank pretty much laughed it off. He literally pretty much laughed it off. Customers are always right, James. You know, and like, now when it comes to my damn name, don't worry about it, James. Don't worry about it. And it's kind of hard not to worry about it when this dude knows you have a name tag on that says James. It does not in any way, shape, or form says the word Chief. Keeps calling me Chief. And see, here's that thing about these derogatory nicknames. Alright? I hated being Chief more than I hated being called the N-word. Because it was just insulting as hell for this dude to keep calling me freaking chief. And I'm like, dude, that is not my damn name. Why do you keep calling me that shit? And he never answered. He always would call me chief. I turned 17. No, I'm almost grown, man. Come on. Nope. You think that he would have enough respect for me at turning one more year older that he would not call me chief? Oh no. You know that song by Daryl Hall and John Oates, I Can Dream About You? Yeah, that was pretty much the gist of that, because I could dream of the day where this guy would not call me chief, but, uh, to quote Kathy Dennis' song, is this real or is it just another dream? It was just another dream. Because this dude had it in for me to call me chief from the jump, which he had successfully been doing from the jump. Calling me chief. Yo, chief. Hi, chief. What's up, chief? And as far as I know, my bloodline does not have any royalty in it. And I'm gonna say that again, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but women can't be chiefs of the tribe. You know, it's not a thing. I don't know how evolution may have happened now, but I know as I was growing up, there were no women tribal men. You could be a witch doctor, but you could not be chief without male parts. You know, and that was the thing. There were no women chiefs. So there's no way in hell that I am the descendant of a chief. And then it was just blatantly unacceptable. You know, for them to keep calling me chief. I'm like, dude, that ain't my damn name. My damn name is not chief. And yes, I'm playing the hell out of this game. But, I can still conversate while I'm playing this game at the same time. You know. And I was pretty mad that the adults in the building, would not defend me. Because that customer's always right thing. And I mean, the adults pretty much laughed it off. It's like, oh, he's a customer. He doesn't mean anything by it. You know, stop watching Renegades. I was like, dude, because my grandmother was still alive, also, by the way. Not my great grandmother, but my grandmother Bay, she was still alive. And if he would have called me Scout, I probably wouldn't have been as pissed off. Because, see, I could be a descendant of a Scout. I could do that. Because that would be something that would probably be a little bit more closer to what my grandparents probably were. We damn sure couldn't carve a damn thing, and if we could, I didn't inherit that gene. I didn't inherit an ass whooping. Thank you, Miss Conrad. God rest your soul. Miss Conrad was the teacher that outed me on my Native American heritage, by the way. So that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, freaking it was funny as hell that I actually got that ass whooping. But yeah, freaking the whole point, I got this ass whooping because of carving canoes out of our very expensive soap. Because Dow was not cheap back then. But yeah, man, I got another year to go. So now I'm 18. And this guy is digging into my ass every week with calling me chief. I mean, there's no rest for this guy. And I'm like, damn, man. And, as a man, we're taught not to be emotional. And I was getting kind of emotional because this shit was hurting my damn feelings. Especially when the adults wouldn't do anything. The adults did absolutely diddly to this customer who would not stop calling me chief. And I'm like, dude, I don't appreciate that shit. I don't like being called chief. And even no matter how much I bitched about it and pissed and moaned and asked my bosses to make sure that the guy would please stop, all I did was waste my damn breath. And that's pretty much the gist of that. I mean, I literally wasted my breath because, you know, he's a customer. He's always correct, even when he's not correct. You know, and that's how they did that shit. Yeah, that's just how they did that shit. And I'm like, dude, you know, this is like in no way, shape, or form fair. And I mean, in no way, shape, or form. And he clearly didn't give a damn. Yeah, he clearly did not give a damn. And neither did a few of my bosses. Yeah, because he called me chief religiously, and I sit there and I couldn't take it anymore. And that was another reason why when I turned 19 and I was finally out of high school, I left all that shit behind, all of it, because I sit there and I was like, I can't win. I'm on this job. I've asked my bosses and them to get this guy to please stop calling me chief, and under no circumstances whatsoever did they give a flying shit. And they were like, "You need to get over it, son. You need to get over it." You know why they said I need to get over it? Because that shit wasn't happening to them. You know, and you know you have to grow eventually. You know, I had a lot of problems out there. You know, I literally had a lot of problems on that job. You know, because it was like you're totally defenseless, and you kind of don't have another job to go to, so you kind of have to suck it up. You know, and I sucked up a lot when I worked at Kettler's. And I mean, I sucked up a whole lot. Getting jumped on the job, all kinds of shit, man. Yes, I said that I got jumped on the job because I had to go show off some kung fu moves to a dude who was my friend, who also had friends who were like some serious rednecks who wanted to beat me up, which they almost did, but they didn't because I actually know what I'm doing when it comes to this martial arts shit. Which in one way or another it helped me, and in one way or another it worked against me. No, for fighting it's never worked against me, but for the other crap, you know, it didn't really help me out that much. If anything, it made me more of a target than anything else. But that's just the way the shit is. You know, sometimes you have to deal with things that you don't want to have to deal with, and you're either gonna figure it out or you're gonna get screwed. You know, and I want about being screwed. It's just one of those things that kind of happen. You know, and I wasn't really down with being called chief forever. Yeah, that was like one of the things that I just did not want to have to deal with. That this cat, above all else and against all odds, would not stop calling me chief. I mean, he literally would not stop calling me chief. And I don't want to sound like a chump, but that shit gets to pissing you off after a hot minute or two. And sooner or later you're gonna reach fuck it. And I had reached fuck it. No, I reached it really, really quickly. And that there was that thing that pushed me over the edge. And then after that, no one ever really called me chief after that. But it was just a principle that I had nowhere to go. My job wouldn't defend me, and the customer was always right. So why did I make this video? Because in the other video, I promised you guys that I would give you this bonus video about some racist shit. And because I'm part Cherokee, And the bulk of the story is that, a lot of people have no idea what my ethnicity is. And because I can pass more for Native American than black, it's been a tiny issue. So I brought it all back to y'all to let you understand how this works. Because there are some things that no matter what you do, you have to deal with things that either you are going to accept it as the one and final, or you're going to fight against it. I chose to fight against it because I got tired of being called Chief. I have a name. Chief is not it. No. I wasn't raised to be prejudiced. I wasn't raised to insult people. And if I live long enough to have children from whichever beautiful woman is going to bless me with them, you know, I won't raise my kids to be racist or prejudiced either, which a lot of people tend to do with their children. You know, instead of raising them right, they raise them incorrectly, and the next damn thing you know, we have racism and racist people. And when you breed racism by breeding more racist people, you don't help the world, you hurt the world. Ah, damn it. Hope that makes more sense to y'all with that than not. You know, don't be racist. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is 20 something minutes of your life that you can't get back. Be seeing ya.